Hello world. Short vlog from my neighborhood, from my area. This is in the countryside of Cuenca. And well, I'll let you know. I'll be talking about the Paro, the strike that the CONAIE, the Confederation of Indigenous Nationalities of Ecuador, called on. And it's Thursday. It's the first day officially since the Paro started, but this Paro has been different to the other ones we've had because the Paros have been a national movement, all regions, at least in the Andes, in the Amazon, all roads blocked, or the main roads blocked. But this time, no. It's happened only in some sections, in the Amazon and in the north. I'm recording this from here because I missed my bus, but the bus just changed schedule. This is crazy. The Paro has been called on because the government of Daniel Noboa eliminated the subsidies to diesel. That's the order, officially. Immediate effect. And I can't watch too much of the camera because look at this. If I step mistakenly, I will fall. It's rained, so it's super slippery. But anyway, the diesel subsidy is no longer active, or well, it's partially active. The subsidy at the moment is minimum, and for December, it should be nothing. And with the transportation, like that truck, public transportation, the big trucks that transport the goods, produce food, all of that is moved by diesel. So raising the price, or actually having an official or regular price by the market and not subsidized, will increase everything. So last week, diesel gallon went from 181 to 280. And we're paying now 280 per gallon of diesel. Yeah, it's still cheap for the region, but Ecuador is in a very bad situation, economically speaking. So that represents a big cost to many. The thing is that while the market regularizes again, it takes a while because things go up in crazy ways. Vegetables, some people start charging way more than what they would need for covering their expenses. And buenos días. This is where the dirt road ends, and we've got some asphalt again and sidewalks. This is how the rural area in Cuenca looks like, or part of it. Okay, talking about the diesel subsidy. And many organizations, especially leftist organizations and indigenous organizations, they are calling to the general national strike, to the Paro, to protest against these and other measures, because there are several things happening. But that's always in Ecuador. Too many interruptions. Well, this is something common also in the countryside. Dogs that during the day are outside. I call them semi-street dogs. They are not street dogs because they have a house. They have a place to sleep. They get fed. During the day, they are outside. So if you live in the country, this is very common. They can bite you, yes. And too self-confidence, maybe, or I feel too lucky, always. But I also have this just in case. I have to scare them, not hit them, of course. And again, coming to the subsidies. Yeah, things have been increasing again, because it's not only the cost of transportation, it's everything. Because diesel, if the trucks that move the goods have to charge more or have to cover higher expenses, they will have to charge more. I mean, who will pay more? They will charge more, and final consumer will pay more. For example, trucks that transport rice, they now have to pay, depending on the length of the trip, they may have to spend, instead of $80, $120. So it's not that the drivers are putting the $40. Remember, we are in a low-income country, so $40 in one trip in one day would represent a lot at the month. And the drivers are not paying that out of their pockets. That will be moved the final consumer. And yeah, it's a big impact. The thing is that many people are mad at the government as well. Many people support the government, but I don't know, I wouldn't dare to say if more people are against the government or in support of the government. But definitely, I think that there are no real statistics about this, or well, there are, but paid by the government, that most people are against the Paro. I am against the Paro because it harms us more than what it benefits us. Well, in all senses. But me in tourism, working in tourism, I feel it right away because people cancel their trips. The government actually declared a new state of emergency, but it's not because there's a big thing going on. Actually, it's to avoid that big thing from happening. Like super big protest, strike. And the state of emergency allows the army and the police to act with all that they have to stop blockades. In Cuenca, in Azuay, there is no strike. I'm walking like this here because I missed the bus. They also modified schedules because of this thing with the subsidies. They haven't modified the price because they need authorization from the municipality, and the municipality does not want to allow increase in the bus fare. So the bus drivers are now reducing the frequency of buses in some areas. Well, I'm affected by that now. Look. This is a municipal hospital under construction. It should be ready totally or open by the end of the year or early January. The structure is almost ready. I think we can take a look at this. Just for you to show more of the rural area of Cuenca. This is a hospital built by the municipality. It's a big hospital. It's the second of its type because there's another one actually where my daughter was born. And they are semi-public. I mean, you pay for the services there, but you don't pay like in the clinics or in the private system. You pay much less. I can make another video about health. Actually, it's on my to-do list of videos talking about the healthcare system here and including telling you my experience because I have two kids. One of them was born in a private hospital, private clinic, and the second, my daughter, she was born in the municipal hospital. This is another one they're building. She was born in another area of Cuenca, but this now will be close home. But I don't think I'll have more kids. The thing is that this is very good for the city, what they're doing. The public system, the national public system that is financed by the Ministry of Public Health is very bad. Actually, they're going to declare emergency because it's you go there and sometimes they don't even have cotton. People have to buy their cotton to take to the hospital. It's crazy. Many things going on, and this is also other things that people are claiming in the paro, in the strikes, in the protests. Safety. In the Andes, you don't feel it that much. Well, except in large cities like Quito. In Cuenca, you don't feel it that much. Like insecurity has increased. Yes, it has increased, but not like by a lot or even that much. Most people would still say Cuenca is safe. I say Cuenca is safe, but also I come from a very dangerous area where I grew up. And the economy is in a bad situation right now. So many people are mad. And now actually since the beginning, the president has been performing in a way that they wouldn't do in a perfect democracy. Well, there's no perfect democracy, but like in a real democracy. And let's cross. Those are the garbage men, or like they say, no, we are the garbage men, and actually they are the ones who clean our garbage. Great service, by the way, in most of the city. We are the ones who don't take care. For example, people walk here and throw whatever they buy just on the sidewalks, on the streets. I have to be very careful in this part because there are no sidewalks actually. To not extend this too much because it's a lot. The government has now called for a new constitution. That's basically to make a new republic, because the Asamblea Constituyente, that is the assembly or the Congress that will take care of writing the new constitution, can make a new country. Of course, the Electoral Council, which decides the rules about elections, said that yes, we can vote to decide whether we want a new constitution or not. That will happen in November. We will answer yes or no. And after that, then we will have to go to elections again to decide the assembly people, the lawmakers, who will write the new constitution. If yes wins, but if no wins, that all ends there. And I think it will end there if things go on like they are going on. And after, if people voted yes, and we're going for the new constitution, after we vote for the lawmakers for the new constitution, we have to wait until they write it, and then they will propose it. And then we will vote if we want that new constitution proposed by these new lawmakers. So it will be a while, maybe between 1 and 2 years until we have a new constitution, if people want that. But honestly, I don't think that will happen, if you ask me. Anything could happen, but at the moment, many people are angry at how the government is acting. Even to call for these elections, the government was fighting against the Supreme Court of Ecuador. La Corte Constitucional, Constitutional Court, we call it. They were skipping the regulations to call on elections. And the president has even organized marches calling action against the Constitutional Court. People have to claim for the bad things that are happening in the country, blame them on the Constitutional Court, which is not accurate. Of course, it is not good, but it is not exactly right. We voted last year to decide to give the government some special authorities to take care of security. We accepted to pay more taxes in the value-added tax that went from 12% to 15%, and we're not seeing the results. But the government says that they're doing everything okay, they're doing everything perfectly, and that it's actually the Constitutional Court that is causing all the mess, which is not accurate. I mean, they are just saying they are perfect. Sounds similar to another place, but anyway, I think that's all I can tell you. This video is too long now. Let me know. I know some people don't like me watching breeding like this, but others are interested in knowing more about Cuenca. So that's why I'm also making this video, to try to see if you like this type of updates, this type of chatting, conversation. Made it to the bus stop. So that would be it for now. Thank you very much, and see you next. If you want to know more about Ecuador, about news, remember to subscribe and let me know in the comments questions what you would like to see next.